Welcome to another Brooks Breaks live stream. Time to grab a favorite beverage and a favorite snack. Join in on the chat and sit back and enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Completely out of the blue. Guess who's on? I am. This is literally a 5 or so minute ago decision. So welcome in. Hope everybody's well tonight. I'm thrilled to see that a bunch of people are already here. And apparently people are farting already. With this completely unplanned. So let's see who's here. Of course, I know that LOL guy is here. He's apparently passing gas on my stream already. Yeah. What's up, James? How you doing, bud? Kazakh Princess, hello, hello. How you doing? Good to see you. There's that Alex guy. I know he kind of cheated and chatted before the stream started. So I gotta take care of that.
I think most of you guys can be my dad.
There we go. Yes, I turned off emo as I got going. Yep. BBJ, hello. How you doing? Let's see. I think that's everybody that's chatted so far. Awesome. So yeah, welcome in, everybody. Good to see you here. Again, on this, probably honestly the most unplanned time I've ever planned a stream ever. Because I was gonna just chill and hang out. Got to talking to some people. My good buddy Dave, aka Mapping the Miles, is gonna go on tonight and do a Thursday night. Excuse me. Yes, hi James. Hi. I said it would be kind of fun to come on before he did for a little bit, hang out and do a little bit of work, and then hopefully all of you that are hanging out for the next hour or so can come over with me to him. Yep, I know who that is. What's up, Night Shack? All right, so hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day. Good to see you. Welcome in. So, you may recall Tuesday, I was working on developing the river plates a little bit more, and I'm pretty happy with how they look for the most part. I need to do a little bit more. I need to do a little bit more detailing and other little things before I consider this done. But of course, first we'll have a little bit of a laugh. I haven't even moved him since the other day. There's Greg. There's all Lego, taking care of pollution in the river. Good job, Greg. Good job. The best part. I do have to actually remove it though, because I need to actually do the real work of building this up. I may put it back later. Too. Greg, if you would be a great mod for me and do some shouts, I think you know who to shout out. That would be wonderful. Thank you. All right, so one thing that I need to do tonight. Oh, my Mountain Dew Pitch Black, whatever, Code Zero, whatever. Good stuff. Whoa. Here goes again. James with another gifted sub over to Kazakh Princess. Rock on. And Darth Tower, good evening to you. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. Thank you, James. You rock, dude. PBJ coming in with a straight up Tinky Winky. Thank you, PBJ. All right, so I need to get out some other plant material here. Just give me 1 second to do that. Because again, this was completely unplanned. I have nothing organized. And sometimes that's how it goes, though. That's fine. All right. Put the other plant pieces that I had. I got those little curly Q ones too. I'll get in the hood here. Throwback Mountain Dew? What's the throwback flavor? Not familiar with it. I don't like regular Dew. I like Code Red, and I like the Livewire, the orange. And this isn't bad. But I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to drink sugary soda at this point. I'm only drinking zero stuff. So that kind of limits what I can do in that regard, unfortunately. I'm trying to figure out where I put all these other ones. Pro streamer, I was totally prepared for coming on, I'll tell you that. Let's see. Looking through all the bins. All the bins. Stacks and stacks of bins. There they are. Haha. These are what I was looking for. These guys. All right. What did I miss? Cobra. Throwback is regular change. Oh, okay. I've never seen it, Alex. Still sharp than Code Red. I like Code Red because I like cherry. Major Melon Zero. I don't think I've not tried that. I saw it once at Walmart, a zero, but I didn't get it at the time. Yeah, I don't remember Code Red much about it. All right, so I'm just gonna start doing a bunch of random.
Clip me like one of your French girls.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing a bunch of random clipping like French girls. I'm gonna try to make this look kind of like an actual river with plant life and all that jazz. And just kind of see where this takes me. I definitely want to throw a bunch of these curly Q things in here because I think they look really good for this kind of circumstance, and that's why I got them off the pad wall. Hey, Clipsy, what's up? What's up, dude? How you doing? Drug up the river, pal. Yeah, he is. Not fully alerted, but not fully here watching. All right. So, all right, next time that Alex goes live, I'm just going to be like, all right, screw this. I'm not going to pay attention. I'm just going to go and watch a movie instead. And I'm going to say that, too. So we'll see how he feels about that. B-Stands, hello. Welcome in. Good to see you here. After the raid I did to you the other day. Welcome in. Okay, I will wait a second and say hi to you afterwards. Dream of having a Pebble cluster. Yeah, I hear you, Darth Flower. Indulgent Girl, hi! What's up? Hey, B-Stands, welcome back. And hello and welcome in. Good to see you here after I rated to you the other day. Thank you for being here. Good to see the Fable. Yeah. I've been harassed in my videos for months about how straight and boring these were in my medieval updates, and it was time to do something about that. So that's kind of what's going on now. Trying to make them look actually a little bit more realistic. However I can with my parts. Again, good to see all you here that are hanging out on this completely random, unplanned Thursday evening stream. Much appreciated. Definitely appreciate the support. Very much so. As I always say to you guys, I really do appreciate it.
It sounds like the pitter-patter of money!
Money! Thank you, James. That was amusing.
What did I do to deserve this?
Seriously, what did Alex ever do?
It's Booger. It's totally Booger.
It's Booger. That's apparently what happened. It's Booger.
I thought I caught putty tags.
And tweet, 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 tweet.
I did caught putty.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you, PVJ, for the redeems.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Alex is going to be 60 years old and have people going tweet, tweet, tweet to him. Hey, Josh, what's up, dude? He's a good tweeter. Whoa. Now what?
Wish I could be part of that world.
Oh boy. Thank you, Brick Sergeant, again for gifting another sub. Over to Lumberjack this time. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Nodak Shack, for the Greg Mermaid. that was a classic at this point. And thank you to thank you to Darth Tower for the Swedish chef. I appreciate you guys giving me some laughs as we get going here.
Prepare ship for light speed. No, light speed is too slow. Light speed too slow? Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
That is my favorite part. I love that. Ludicrous speed. Still at work? Oh, I'm sorry, PPJ. I'm sorry. I got off actually about 15 minutes late today. Had a very quick dinner. Swedish chef. I know, he's awesome. By the way, thank you, Darth Tower, for doing that redeem there. Otter fillet. No, I did not have otter fillet because my not Nodak Shack. Like random plants and stuff here, I think, too. Otter fillet, ew, I know. I do not eat otters, yes. Thank you for the lurk, Josh. It's a little plasticky. God, you guys are so bad. Nodak Shack is single-handedly spreading the otter lore from my channel over to everywhere else in Makers and Crafting. In the Twitch community. I did encounter a couple otters this past summer walking my dog near the river here. If they would have otter attacked them, they'd been eating otters. Not to fuel the fire. Oh, James coming with a random 7-bit redeem. Oh, thank you, James. I'm sorry, I don't have anything for 7. Tastes like pork. PPJ, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him. No, 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 no. It's plenty enough as it is. Kitchen cleaning time? Alrighty. Nodak, maybe you should encourage Jang to like try otter ribs and do a review on those on his original channel. Pulled pork sandwich. Ah! That caught me off guard. Baby back ribs. Ribs in general. Ah, I see what you did, Darth Tower. That was good. That was good. Porg says appetizers and otter is the main course.
G'day, everyone.
I think I'd eat porgs before I eat otter. What's up, Taz? Baby shark. Did somebody say baby shark? Oh.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
Boo! G'day, everyone.
Clip me like one of your friends.
Thank you, Darth Tower. Whoa, what now? Oh my god. Brick Sergeant with another one. Gift sub over to Taz this time. That is awesome.
Oh, yeah. What?
Another one.
That's right. Another one. I can't hear the baby shark on my phone. Watch this too. That's awesome. See, everybody loves Alex. Everybody loves Alex. Baby shark. The baby shark of the community. We all love him and appreciate him.
I thought I caught pudding tags.
Tweet, 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 tweet.
Speaking of,
I did caught pudding.
thank you, no. Thank you, Nodak, for tweeting the Alex clip there. Tweet, tweet.
And tweet, tweet, tweet.
Yeah, that's right. Tweet, 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 tweet.
G'day, everyone.
You go from tweeting right to a fart. Because that's what happens on these streams. And then we might go to Tinky Winky. That's just what happens here.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
And then to a random turkey. Embrace the chaos, apparently. Because that's what happens. So I'm just trying to add in a bunch of different plant life here, just to kind of keep it random. Somebody could do an Alex Y. That would be really, really appropriate right now.
Really?
What did I do to deserve this?
Thank you, Nodak.
I think most of you guys can be my dad.
Oh.
What have I done to deserve this?
Y'all see the time the overlay is really good. We always get all kinds of random mixes now. It's really funny. I'm purple on myself. Of course you did. Oh, I was getting everything out earlier. Greg, did you run through all the shout-outs for me earlier? Mike-san, hello, hello. Yep. Did I go offline? At least my Twitch stream itself appears to be off.
No, 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 no!
Let's see. Are you actually running here, stream? I wonder if Restream actually worked out on that.
Clip me like one of your French girls.
That's weird. That's the first time I've seen that happen. Hopefully everybody comes back. Hopefully. Apologies about that, guys. Not sure what happened there.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Bloody hell.
Thank you. Yeah, that was weird. Very strange. Might have been a Twitch hiccup or something. Alright. So just as an idea of what I'm actually doing here.
It's booger. It's totally booger.
That's the idea. I'm just kind of doing all kinds of plant life. Which, just looking at this now, looks a heck of a lot better. I like that. Dude, my bad internet. There you go. Alright. The other side. Excuse me. This cough is still hanging around, unfortunately. My friend that had COVID a week before I did still has a cough, too. Yeah.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
That is super fun with my big fingers putting in little stud pieces here. Whoa! Upstate Dave! Hi! How you doing? Good to see you over here. Been a while. So many little plant pieces. Give updates, Steve. Ooh, what came today, Alex? What showed up? I already know what you got yesterday. What am I working? So like the first or second project that I did when I started my whole medieval realm was I built 3 mills plates, kind of mills plates, with just kind of a really basic river that looked almost like a canal. It was very straight. And I left it kind of in there for months. And people started picking on me about, oh, it doesn't look like a river, blah, 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 in my monthly update videos. So I decided before I start something else, I want to go back and actually make these look more like a river. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, it's that Scruff dude. Who this? Who that? What's he doing here? If it's still frozen, folks, make sure that you, especially if you're on the phone in the app, go out and come back in. I know I've had cases like that. I can see in my stream window that it is actually still going out to Twitch. Eclipsy, welcome back. You kill me, no, I really do. I think if there was like a historical record of the person that got the most ever bans on Twitch, it probably would end up being me because of Nodak.
I love you, you love me.
Oh, ban coming in and then a purple coming in after that. Ooh, a little back and forth going on here now. And thank you to everybody who has come by tonight at this point on this very unplanned spur of the moment stream. I definitely do appreciate it. So I hadn't planned to go on until Saturday morning again. But my expectation is that in a little bit, we'll right over to my good buddy once he gets going. Bell's palsy has destroyed my taste buds. Oh, damn! Oh, James, I'm sorry, dude. That freaking blows. I'm sorry to say it kind of be blunt, but yeah, that blows, dude. That is no fun at all. I couldn't taste for like 3 or 4 days when I was so congested from COVID. So, I mean, to just be stuck like that, I'm really sorry, dude. It's unfortunate, to say the least. I really do hope that at some point this will kind of go back into remission or whatever. Hey, lad, what's up? What's up? Good to see you. Leaving work. Good night. Okay, PBJ. Have a safe drive home. As always, I appreciate you coming by to hang out. I'm sure I will see you around. Thank you for that on the way out, PBJ. That is awesome. That was very awesome of you. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who's this dusty fellow coming into my space? This dusty fellow from YouTube invading my Twitch space. What's up, Dusty? How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, by the way, Nodak, I was gonna try to do it tonight, but obviously my plans got derailed because I'm actually streaming. I have something I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna do a clip for you. And I hope you'll appreciate it. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll have it ready by Saturday morning. Thank you, Clipsy. Got through it. I did. That's a legit question. I did, but I still derailed myself in the fact that I'm actually here instead of doing work behind the scenes. So I did derail myself.
Thanks, Matt.
No, 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 no!
See, this is why I couldn't sit here and do all the art sets, because I could not stand it to sit here and constantly press in a bunch of 1x1 tiles and sets forever to do a set. It would drive me crazy. Thank you for the shout, Greg. Appreciate it. Over to Lud Demon, who has been on and streaming some games over on his Twitch channel. Hey, Josh. She get a bouncing. I know. It's really
Lumber
difficult to
pimp.
sit here and do all this while I'm also typing all those responses.
No. Clip me like one of your French girls.
And now if I was a pro streamer, I'd figure that out. Hey, Dave. There he is. What's up, Dave? I should say the other Dave, because Upstate Dave was also in chat as well. Upstate Dave, if you're still lurking, are you streaming at this point? Or have you been streaming?
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Not much anymore. Okay. Greg, if you want, you could still do a shout for me for Upstate Dave. He is definitely a big supporter of the community and a bunch of different people's channels. Thank you.
I love you, you love me.
Oh, Opak, hey! How you doing, Opak?
Disgusting.
Dave, I'm sending, Mapping Miles, Dave, I'm sending you a DM in Twitch. Womp, 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 womp. This is like lounge music, and it's kind of funky. Still sick? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Opak. That's no fun. At the point I'm trying to squeeze a bunch of little things in here. Did you see everyone torching Alex? I think so. I thought I saw him looking up various polybags. Polybag Club. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a guest. G'day.
G'day, g'day. Hey.
What's up, mate?
Hope you're well, mate. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on?
Just sort of relaxing a little bit just at the moment. Just not exactly in the Lego room just yet, but just taking it a bit easy. But Matt, I was just wanting to see, and I know you're live, and it's okay if you say no. There'll be no hard feelings, but there's a particular, say, stream that you are familiar with, and I know at least some of the people in the chat will be familiar with, that is making a return to streaming, but for the first time, streaming to Twitch.
Oh, really? What is this stream? What would this be?
Well, it's a little show called Start in the Dud. I believe there is another person who has something to do with that particular show who is in your chat.
Oh, this is
the one and only Lumberjack.
Oh, how about that?
I know, isn't it strange how that's just worked out?
Yeah, that's quite interesting. I had no idea.
It's very interesting. I can imagine. Well, the particular show is making its first time stream to Twitch this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Ooh.
Now, I know that some may not be able to attend, and that's okay. For the ones that know us, then this very first stream, I'm not saying that you'll find it a snore fest, but
hi, Steve.
You may go, well, I already know you guys, so why should I watch? That's okay. If you don't want to watch, that's totally fine, but tell your mates, tell your friends. Because we used to stream on YouTube, but we have a new home of Twitch.
Yep.
And we want to introduce ourselves to the new audience. For those that don't know, Brooks Bricks, Law Lego, and several others that are here around have been very instrumental to Start in the Dud, have been great guests on the show. So a sincere thank you to you guys.
Absolutely.
It's been lots of fun. We will be having guests, except for this very first stream. We're just going to do a bit of an introductory stream for the new audience,
right.
and just sort of explain who we are.
Yep.
And then, of course, in future episodes, we'll have guests, segments, all that sort of stuff. So, out of all sincerity, Matt, and Matt was a big, he was very instrumental in getting myself and Lumberjack over to Twitch to do Start in the Dud, so we genuinely appreciate that.
There you go. Greg did the shout out. There you go. Thank you.
You're a good man, Greg. Love your work, buddy. But yeah, and look, to everybody at the moment who's been showing us some support, thank you so much. And we hope to see as many people there as we can. Reason though that you do miss the stream, that's okay. But if you do want to catch it up, I know at least it'll stay on Twitch for, is it about 14 days, I think, Matt?
Yes, 14 days is bad.
Yeah. We do have a start of that YouTube channel, so we'll do the whole, replay thing over there for those that may miss it after the 14 days but still want to sort of catch it. So, but again, look, to everybody in the chat, myself and Jack are appreciative of those who've already supported us. At the moment, we're just asking for some follows. We want to try and get starting that to affiliate, so we can open up more of the audience interaction abilities that Twitch affords you when you, when you surpass the 50 followers. So. We're not saying that we're in a huge hurry to do that, but it's something that we would like to be able to do to again, more so open up those interaction experiences that we can do once we sort of, get past that little milestone.
Yep. By the way, hey Barrett Bunny, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, definitely. This I still don't know yet whether my Saturday plans for the evening, my time, are going to happen or not. It's up to other people. It's outside my control. So if it doesn't happen, I will definitely be watching you guys live.
Yeah, no, and we appreciate that, Matt, as well. And like I said, once we've got past the first episode, we are using the first one as just an introduction to the new audience that, may not have experienced our show before. And then again, moving forward from there, yeah, we'll have, panels and guests and everything like that. We're looking forward to it. It should be heaps of fun.
Hope so. You guys are a good time. I love the banter and the riff. It's a lot of good fun. For some folks that are not familiar, because there are a couple names.
We've appreciated your support as well as Greg's and that as well.
Oh, absolutely. There's some folks in here, Taz, that may not be familiar. Would you just want to kind of give a little idea about just kind of what Stone in the Dud is about? Like, what is a typical, I say this in quotes, a typical stream like? If you can even say that.
Thanks as well, Greg.
Did you get that, Taz? I was asking you something. Yes, no, maybe. Thanks for asking. Just saying I watched some castlers while I build my castle. Nice. Good job, Barrett. You still there, Taz? Can you hear me? Well, looks like might have lost Taz.
Thanks again, Greg. Much appreciated, mate.
You there, Taz? Maybe. Oh, sometimes this is what happens with the internet and all that good stuff. Greg looking for a few minutes, no problem.
Clip me like one of your French girls.
Oh, got a purple rain here. Hey mate, welcome back.
Sorry about that. It's a good quality internet connection.
Yeah, it looks like it kind of just dropped and then you suddenly just kind of went out after a couple minutes there.
Sorry about that.
I don't think you had caught it, but I was asking, excuse me, I was asking if you wouldn't mind, for some of the folks that are newer to my stream too, if you wouldn't mind maybe kind of telling folks a little bit about just kind of what's a typical Stun the Dud, and I say typical in quotes, what that stream is kind of like what kind of fun things we do, what you guys do.
Well, so for those that are unaware, myself, Lumberjack, Josh, met on another great member of the LEGO community, one of her live streams, and that's referring to, of course, Miss Briggs. And from our time hanging out on her stream, Lumberjack and I, developed that little bit more of a connection, and we looked at, the idea, we kicked around the idea of maybe doing a couple of streams together and just see what we could make of it. And Stun the Dud was born. And we did a little bit more, did just over 12 months worth of streaming over on YouTube. But we know that Twitch has just so much more audience interaction capabilities, and we figured why not bring that to our show. We do enjoy, of course, LEGO, but we also enjoy just hanging out with people, making them laugh, making ourselves laugh, and usually it'll be laughing at, my expense, something that I've done in my lifetime, or quite frequently. On my own stream, I have a command called, Taz did, I think it's Taz did bad, or bad, I think it's bad Taz. So whether that gets fired, I, usually it'll be involving something that I've done to absolutely lovableness of Taz. So I enjoy sharing my, idiotic escapades through just, getting through my week. But we sort of do very similar with Stun the Dud. So usually Lumberjack will love to pay out on something idiotic that I've done, and vice versa. Although he seems to be a little bit less, getting himself into all sorts of situations. He's a little bit more refrained from that. But we still do little things at each other. We find humour in usually, something we've done wrong, and I try to find humour in, pretty much anything Lumberjack does, because it's fun to do. But, we'll take a look at some of the LEGO sets that interest us and that as well. So it's a little bit of a, life in general, hangout sort of chat, but also we might be working on a mock or an idea for something. And we can either share that between ourselves, or open it up to the audience and get some, suggestions and that from the chat. So, which, a lot of times the chat has been fantastic. So, and saying that the chat's been fantastic, that's what we want to try and do with our new show, is bring a level of audience interaction to it that we just weren't really able to do when we were streaming on the other platforms. So, for myself and Lumberjack, we're very, excited to just see what we can do. We've got one particular segment that's in the pipeworks at the moment, and our good mate Aussie Adam Bricks, who has frequented the chat here, Matt, on your stream, and several others, he's actually helping us with a scoring system for a segment that we're calling Rate Your Thunderbox. For those that don't know what a Thunderbox is, think like an outhouse, porta potty, portaloo, whatever. In Australia, though, for the most part, we love calling them Thunderboxes. So, in honour of the awesome app that is called Places I've Pooped. Now, we didn't want to encroach on any copyright infringement laws, so we came up with, in typical Stun the Dud fashion, Rate Your Thunderbox. So, now, I've actually done some homework on this, so has Lumberjack. We have gone out into the real world and taken photos of at least the exteriors. And of course, if nobody else is around, because again, you've got to be careful with that nowadays, taken a photo of the exterior of a couple of Thunderboxes. Now, the only other time that we would include an interior is if it was actually, sanitary and cleaned, all that sort of stuff. But for the ones that we were just too fearful of taking a photo of the interior, we would happily give you an idea of its interior via spoken word. But see, Matt, now what we also want to do is make sure that when you're traveling and you need to use a roadside thunderbox, that your experience is going to be worthwhile. Because we care about
you
is there
don't want to
running
have
water.
a fail like, yeah, you don't want to have a fail like that in your Thunderbox.
Well, of course not. We want to make sure that there's running water. Is there some air freshener to just help make the experience a bit more pleasant? Now, what about the ply or the thickness of the, as we call them, the dunny roll box? You know, usually a little bit more thicker. So we want to make sure that when you experience a Thunderbox, that we're trying to give you a high rating, or we're also going to allow you to rate your experience with that Thunderbox. You might go, I went visited this Thunderbox. We're going to set up, we've got an Instagram. Linus just started and dud. I set it up, I think it was last week. I'll have to go back and have a look. I'm pretty sure it's just started and dud on Instagram. So you can send us your Thunderbox pics. This is what we're trying to do with the audience now. They can send us photos of Thunderboxes and we can rate them and the audience can rate them. Once we get past certain milestones here at Twitch, we'll be able to have it so that a subscriber, if they wish to subscribe, we never push that sort of thing. We just ask for a follow because it is free. We understand that money's not easy for everybody. All we ask for is just a follow. But for those that can spare us a subscription, just to have purely for fun, for poops and giggles, shall we say, you'll be able to actually override my vote, Josh's vote, the panel's vote, all that sort of stuff. So if you're a subscriber and you wield that power, you can override our decision and say, no, guys, I don't think that Thunderbox deserves, 5 golden dunny rolls out of 5. I think it only deserves 4 or maybe 6. So in the future, this is one little segment we know we're going to have way too much fun with, and that's purely the idea of what we do. We just want to have some fun, just in a way, lighthearted fun, but also promoting positive mental health, regardless of your gender, regardless of your age. Mental health does affect all of us.
Yep, that's right.
So we are positive advocates and supporters of of positive mental health. So if we can help bring a smile to your face at the end of a really bad day or a bad week, that's what we want to do at Stone and Dud as well. Is know that it's okay to have a bad day or a bad week, and take your mind off it just for a bit. They've done their job. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that people know that it's a safe space to come and hang out with and have some fun, and that's the biggest thing we want to push, is just myself and Lumberjack having some fun, including the chat as well and panel, but just showing that it's still okay to have a laugh. And like I said, Lumberjack and I mutually sort of met over Lego bricks, so of course there'll be some Lego stuff in there too, but it's almost like a bit of it's like a hybrid sort of makers and crafting and just chatting, so to speak. If that makes, if I can, now I'm still learning stuff over here on Twitch, so bear with me. But if I had to blend it in, it could be just like a dual sort of mixture of makers and crafting, and also like just chatting and stuff like that. So, and again, for those who don't know, Matt was a big instrument to helping myself with some of the technical aspects for doing some of this stuff with Twitch, setting up some of the commands and how they work. Well, I'm saying he didn't set them up for me, but he showed me the technical aspects of it and how to do it. And I had some fun with that as well, which he's saying. So
yeah, I look very forward to it, and I think it's going to be a fantastic time. Excuse me. Yeah, just like that. I do want to take a couple minutes while Taz is talking about the show. I want to say hi to It's Here. I saw you come in the chat a little while ago. Hi, how you doing? If you folks the folks that were complimenting what I'm sharing so far. Appreciate it. All right, so Bear Bunny is asking an actual question of me. What's going on the river? I watched your video on the realm and you were talking about realization or change that brings you more space. So yes. All right, so the way that I had originally mapped out
I love you, you love me.
the way I had mapped out that physical space, it was going to be something like 7 or 8 32 by 32 plates across, and then 3 32 by 32 wide, basically, like from back to front, essentially. So the middle, the way I had it spaced, was going to accommodate 3 32 length by 16 wide plates back to back to back, from front to back, or vice versa. However, when I did my physical room changes back during my Christmas break, now 5 weeks ago, it actually provided me, because I put on different kind of table lugs underneath my Lego City tables, it gave me essentially like 16 studs more worth of room in the front of that space to actually build out more. So yes, I will be lengthening this by 16 more studs. The portion that I will be doing with that piece of it will actually be the part that will have the bridge that goes over the river too, which I haven't figured out yet, but that will be a thing. So I hope that answers the question.
I show my age and say, as long as the bridge, not over troubled waters or something.
Thank you, James. Was it the legs, the parts of the table changed? Did not. Yes. So, all right. So we're gonna have story time for a second. It's gonna be Matt's story time. In fact, let me just adjust my volume a little bit here because it's kind of loud in my ear. So I got back into Lego in 2019, around May or June of 2019. Why I had such a long dark age? Stupid Matt. I don't know. I was stupid Matt on that, but anyway, did poo. So I got back in, and my stepfather helped me to set up some custom built tables, because there's no IKEA within like 1,000 miles of me, so I couldn't buy the tables that other people use. We built like a custom U shape, and we actually bought these big plastic sawhorses, those things that have kind of like an A-frame shape like that, where you can put wood over it and saw and all that stuff like outside. We bought 6 of those and put 2, 2, and 2 on the 3 sides. And IKEA. Unfortunately, that took up a lot of space underneath the physical tables, the wooden top part where I was putting my city. So for the longest time, it didn't really matter because I was only doing work on the city on the top part of the table. However, as I started doing this, it became a bit of a burden, and it just looked really bad. So one of my friends and coworkers, who does a little bit of work with carpentry and stuff like that, a little bit, he was able to put together a couple of stands for me with wood, kind of like a little jigsaw style. It looked really good, very simple. I popped them in the one side where the stuff is currently placed, and it looked fantastic. So a few months later, I had him build a couple more for me. And over the break, like right after Christmas, when I was off for a few days, I was crawling underneath my tables, and I was messaging Greg as I was doing this, showing him pictures. I put in the other 4, 2 on both of the lengthwise sides. And at the minute I did that, I had so much more space. It looked fantastic. And it just looks a lot cleaner. So because of that, yeah, I got a little bit more space. Plus, I got a lot better and more storage space on both sides of the tables, too, that I could use for doing other scenes if I want to in the future. So, yeah. End of Matt's story. Resume building.
Well, Matt, if I could take over just for a moment and actually ask you some questions. Think maybe a retro style has Gets to Know, which you have been a guest on. Also, maybe some of your, some of the new audience members. What's been your favorite theme has kept you in the hobby thus far?
You're a funny note, X-Shack. I mean, it's clearly City.
Awesome.
My original Lego Prime when I was a kid, from the age of 5-ish up to when I was 18 and left for college, and I left it behind. Always Town. It was called Town back then. It was always nothing else. Which now I kind of regret that I didn't do other themes like Castle and all that beforehand. But yeah, always Town. So when I decided to get back into it, no question, I was going to resume doing the City/Town stuff because that was always my bread and butter. I loved it.
Oh,
but then something kind of changed last year, and I kind of said I wanted to challenge myself.
Yeah.
And the Castle medieval theme just felt like the next best thing that I would feel at doing.
Yeah.
I guess. And then of course then we had like the 3-in-1 Castle came out last year that helped to kind of trigger that. And then the Line Knight Castle came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. So I mean, thank you, Lego, for like helping.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So if you were to have you been hoping that maybe, or has there been a thing that you'd like to see them bring back? I mean, obviously we just talked about Castle and some of the medieval stuff, and it seems like they're sort of doing that in a way at the moment, but has there been any other things that you'd love to see them bring back, even if it was just a couple of sets, or even if it was just brought back for maybe a year or two?
Tough
like,
to
for
say.
example, maybe say like Paradisa, or maybe one of the space.
I think if it was going to be anything, it would be more of Lego's own original IP.
Yeah.
I mean, space would be nice, but I mean, let's be honest. Star Wars occupies that space, and Lego is making bank off of Star Wars, so they're not going to take a hit on that.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love to see them actually, like, really kind of do a Castle medieval thing again. I know they kind of did something in the early 2010s with the whole Kingdoms thing and all that. It didn't seem like it caught on very well, but it seems like now, I think more adults are kind of getting a little bit back into things and might have that interest at this point.
Yeah. No,
Now,
you made a fair point there. Yeah.
I will say that there's interesting leak rumor news the other day. Allegedly, some new sets might be coming. Maybe next year, including maybe a medieval marketplace sets, maybe, and maybe with a goat,
I know a few people would be happy about that.
Allegedly is the proper word to say, Greg. Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly, yes, allegedly.
Well,
I mean, the people that have invested in a bunch of goats and are saving them up for like $100 a piece, if this becomes a thing, they're the ones who are going to be pretty pissed off. Everybody else will be like, "Oh my god, yes."
Now, you have sort of answered a question there of maybe perhaps what they could, or what you'd like to see them do in the future, but maybe besides, Castle and that sort of thing, is there, or have you thought of even maybe something that they haven't done in the past, but maybe would like to see them do, not just as a single set or like a Lego's idea set or something like that, but maybe as an actual theme that might sort of do okay, or a theme that, you know, have you thought, wouldn't it be interesting if they maybe looked at doing this particular thing as a theme? Has there been anything like that that's sort of festered in your mind, thinking, wouldn't it be great if?
I wish I could say I was honestly that creative, Taz, but I'm not.
I'm not either.
I've never had thoughts like what can... I know other people talked about this or hypothesized about it, but I've honestly never really thought beyond the classic stuff and the current IPs and all that, the licensed stuff.
Yeah,
not giving a lot of thought to it.
And that's,
I will say, I think Monkey Kid stuff is kind of cool. I like that they're doing that.
Yeah.
I know some people love Ninjago, and I totally get that. I think it's an interesting, specific theme. Something new and different. Gosh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
See, I'm in the same sort of vein, and it'd be great to see something, but what's that something going to be? I mean, you know, I sort of don't mind some of the Lego ideas sets that they're doing, because they're like one-offs. You know, we've had the football table thing. We've had, of course, so who could forget the lighthouse? But we've also had other, you know, sets as well, like your ship in the bottle and just like one-offs like that as well, which I think is great. I like that they're doing some of the larger sets, whether it's in Technic form or just larger sort of sets as a whole, like a couple of the motorbikes, you know, that they've done, some of the cars. I don't mind the Speed Champions theme either. So I think there's been, you know, it's been good to see them do even just occasionally some one-offs that, you know, that they're at least giving a try and putting it into the market to see what we all think of it. So I think in that it's good as well, because I can sort of understand how they could be hesitant with trying a whole new theme. I guess like maybe look at Dots, where I thought Dots did okay. I think it certainly did better than the video theme, but I thought Dots actually performed stronger. But seeing that Lego's going to be saying go to Dots at the end of 2023, then I suppose you can understand, but maybe they're just not seeing figures that they were hoping to with that particular theme. But I think it's nice seeing the one-offs, definitely.
Yeah, I think that the abstract idea of Legos of Lego ideas is nice, but I think, and I kind of agree with Jang on this idea. I know he said this in streams. He's been asked if he'll do idea submissions, and he won't. He said he won't because he feels it's become a popularity contest. People just try to get in there, get their stuff in there. They try to get to the 10,000 because they get a $500 bonus for their idea, reaching the threshold, and then nothing happens with it for the most part. Most of them don't get anything more. And he just feels it's like not really good. I can see that. I can agree with the idea, honestly. Especially because if you put your idea in there, it becomes Lego's property for basically 2 or 3 years. You can't put it on a rebrickable. You can't sell it yourself. You can't do anything with it. It's Lego's property. And I'm like, what the hell? No, this is mine. I did this. No, I'm not going to give it to you for 3 years. No, that's crap.
It's a very fair point. I can see both good and, you know, like good and bad, or positive and negative to that. But no, I think for the most part, there's some very fair points there. I have heard other people express similar concerns about how long the idea is just in theory locked away. So yeah, that makes sense. I can understand.
Lego needs to bring back the model teams. James would love that. James is simply a model team collector.
I only wanted to take over for a few moments and just sort of, you know, ask you a few questions as well, and just sort of put the spotlight back on yourself there for a little bit, as far as just getting some of your thoughts. And, you know, maybe I've done a little bit of an Ask Matt, but there you go.
I think you have. I think actually one of the questions you asked me was still on the spreadsheet for upcoming upcoming thing, which I've been kind of bad and I haven't done an Ask Matt. I think I'm gonna maybe make it a monthly thing, to be honest, because I've got other stuff I want to keep doing.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
But I still have to do another Ask Matt soon, so I think that may be a question that will be in the next segment, maybe next Monday.
Oh, there you go.
So yes. But yeah, thank you, Taz. That was a little bit of a conversation runner there for a little bit.
No, not a problem at all. Thought it'd be fun just to, get a couple of sort of ideas and just sort of, see where, because it is interesting to see what they have done already, like even with using the Lego Ideas platform.
So Barrett Bunny made an interesting comment. I'd like to see the general public.
Tinky winky, tinky wink. Tinky winky, tinky wink.
Okay, Nodak just got 100 on that. Great. Barrett Bunny says, I'd like to see the general public's awareness and use of Rebrickable. Shopping for instructions grow, but that submission thing may be taking awareness away from it. I could see that. I could see that. So congratulations, Nodak Shack, on 100 for Tinky Winky. As I think Greg went into another lurk mode there a minute ago. So he may have just missed it.
I'm sure though we will remind him and regale him of the tale though.
Yep. Yeah. Nodak Shack has gotten a 100 and he's gotten a 1% in the stream today. Nodak Shack literally has tested limits of both. I've had purple going for a month or two at least, and nobody got 100. We got 98. We got whatever. And then all of a sudden, in the last 2 weeks, we've gotten 3 or 4 hundreds, like out of the blue now. I haven't tweaked the thing. I haven't touched the thing, honestly, with that command. No. It's just happening now. And it's kind of funny. Right. 7 so far, James? Thank you. Wow. That's crazy. Potentially, it's an intentional move on to do that on Lego's part there. We're not really looking for submissions, it's just to tie up that loose end over there. Gotcha. Didn't get the Ethernet cable hooked up. We'll do this weekend with furniture and drill through the... Oh, it's always got to be a chore, doesn't it, Steve? Oh, by the way, since you're here, Steve, I am so sorry. I've been the world's biggest slacker. I do have your prize winning thing sealed up and ready to go. I just have not gotten to the post office yet. My week has been a bit of a cluster, and I just have not had the opportunity yet to do it. I'm hoping to this weekend or tomorrow if I can, depending on how Arctic cold it ends up being here, because we're supposed to get that Arctic chill tomorrow in my area. So I will get it out to you. I promise you. You did win fair and square, and I owe you that. So it'll be coming. It will be coming. No problems to say start rebuilding. Okay, thank you. I appreciate your patience. So I just want to let you know, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just being a horrible slacker. I'm almost as bad as Alex, because Alex hasn't sent out his giveaways either, as far as I know.
No.
That's right. You can call me a slacker. That's fine. That's fine. I'll accept that. I'm calling myself a slacker. Not as much as a slacker, though, as Lego. Hasn't even done content or anything. He's slacking in every accord. And because he's got some other matters going on tonight, he couldn't do the stream tonight. when it was going to be kind of his turn in the bi-weekly thing that we trade off. Got 200 light trans blue tiles today. Oh, do you mean tiles like that, James? That's cool. Work has been so rough. I just want to go home, work on, put my feet up. I hear you, dude. I hear you. Sometimes you have weeks where it's just like, I don't want to do nothing except relax. I hear that.
Clip me like one of your French girls.
And that is why, just to kind of make this transition, that is why I will never actually become a true pro streamer. I do not want to have to rely on streaming on days and doing content on days where I don't feel like it. I would like to have that time where I could be like, I'm not going to tonight. I don't feel good tonight, something like that. And I can just sit back and relax. If you're a pro streamer, you have to support yourself by going on streams and doing your content just to keep it going. And I just don't. I love hanging out with you guys. I love doing this, especially now. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I just cannot. I can't bear the thought of doing it every single day for so much time. I don't want my hobby to turn into my work. I really don't. Feet up now. Clip me like one of your friend girls. I like very good Nodak. I like that. That's good. All right, so here is the second one. This one has the inlet for the pond where the otters are hanging out. So just for a little bit of context now. Kind of see how they look. There you go. That looks pretty good, I think.
I like how you've tried to show depth with the water.
Yeah, that was because I have it literally on the plate and it's not raised up at all. The only way that I could think of to try to show that was to put a lighter color here, like lighter, shallower, and then to have a little bit of...
That's sort of what I've done with my stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I wanted to, especially with my harbour, I wanted to try and mills plate that whole area and use either like dark grey plate or black plate and then use the darker trans, what do they call it, the trans blue or trans blue tile, just to show water depth. To try and show that, which I've seen a few different techniques to do that. So unfortunately, just at the moment, due to finances, trying to mills plate all of that section is just not exactly achievable. So on saying that, though, I am trying to actually figure out a way to make it happen. I need to do a little bit of replaning, but I am actually trying to see if I can do it. And if I can, that'll be even better. But it'll be experimenting with using darker plate pieces. But it's a really cool feature, though. And look, not everybody likes to tile, and I totally get it. Tiling's not for everybody, but I find it laborious and painfully boring at times when I am doing the tiling. However, I always get excited by the end product. So I think for that little bit of pain, there is some gain there at the end of it.
So I want to go back in a couple of comments here. So Alex is poking fun because I've got tiles and he's jealous. So I went to a pad wall and got them. So what can I say?
Well, now, Matt, because we are mates, would you mind flexing if you have them nearby? Or have you used them?
I will be glad to flex one more time. Yes. In fact, I'm going to put it center stage now.
That one. Love you, Alex.
So there's that.
It's a premium flexing in that.
And not just that, but also not just the light, but the dark too.
There's more.
There's more. So there's that.
Now I'm getting jealous.
We both got banned for that one. Let's see. I want to go back. Barrett Bunny says, Matt, you really accomplished a lot having only gotten back in 2019. The city is huge and Rum is getting big too. I know. Thank you, Barrett. I know. Yes, I've done a lot. My wallet's been hurt a little bit by it though over the last few years too. I will be honest. I've spent a little bit of money, but I'm enjoying my hobby and making up for almost 20 years that I was out of it. So I'm having fun. Colors look really good at Riverside. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. No otters. Yeah, otters are going to be in that portion that's over here when I put it back in.
That's awesome.
Okay, well, I'll stop helping the others for a couple weeks. The thing about the stores and pad walls, it all depends on the local store manager and how good they are about actively keeping up on the catalog and trying to order things. And it depends on the larger district as a whole, because there are big warehouses across certain areas or certain districts. And it depends on who can get orders in and where they can get them to, basically. That's what my local store manager has told me. And he's honestly really good about trying to get new parts every few weeks if he can do it. And I do appreciate his efforts for that as well.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, a bit of a say disappointing phone call with Lego customer service yesterday. Not disappointed by their level of service and helpfulness. Disappointed that unfortunately my parts order did actually arrive in Australia. However, I've had no tracking early January, no tracking update at all, nor has Lego when they checked. So they put it down to they believe that the parts order has been lost by the couriers.
Yep.
Because neither end has received any updated tracking information since early January. Now, I've waited the 15 business days. I've done all that. I've done exactly what I needed to do with that. And again, Lego customer service as a whole, very happy with their level of support. They are going to resend the order. That if for some reason I manage to get the other order, to kindly return one of the orders. They're not recharging me for that. They're not. You know, they're resending it out because. And even as I said to the lady on the customer service line, I said, look, even if they delivered it, then there would be less of a disputed thing, or I could at least say, well, okay, they probably need to verify their delivery address, because if I haven't received it, then I haven't received it. And the last time there was a parts order, I had to sign off for it, which is fine. But the this time we've got no tracking after, I said, early January. So, and even their end, because they have another sort of slightly tracking, they have more than one tracking option than I do. So they've got a little bit more, obviously, because they're being the original sender of the product. They can track it a little bit deeper than I can as the customer. And even she admitted on that, she's just like, yeah, she said, I'm really sorry. She said, we've had no update either. She said, most likely the parcel's been lost. And because there's been no, delivery confirmation, even if they had delivered it to a wrong address, we still don't even have a drop-off or a, delivered tick signed option. So she said, unfortunately, it would appear as though they've lost, or not they as in Lego, but the postal service has lost it, or the courier, and so they're going to resend it out. So probably going to be another.
Yeah, I definitely understand that story. I had a very similar one that happened months ago, where I ordered something, and it was basically just a set of different kinds of tiles, and it just kind of vanished into the ether, I guess. Nothing. They couldn't figure out what happened to it. I called multiple times. We're like, okay, we'll wait a couple more days. Let's see what happens. I did. Called back like a week and a half later. Okay, looks like it's lost. All right. So let's put a new order in for you. And
Is it me you're looking for?
Yep, exactly. I called them and said hello. So they gave me some VIP points, which I appreciated. The first time they gave me a crap ton of points, which was fantastic. But they were just great, and I was very polite with them, and I didn't yell at them. I know it's not their fault. They reprocessed order. I called them back like 2 weeks later because I saw it was still sitting there, no change, because they said they're going to try to rush it. And the lady's like, "Oh well, I think the previous person didn't file it correctly because it's still sitting in this other queue right now." She goes, "I'm going to cancel this, redo it again, and put it like in rush delivery for you." And she gave me like a bunch more points for that too, and I'm like, "Oh, well, thank you so much." So that I expected it. I expected that to take probably 2 weeks. That's what they said. So that comes in. Guess what arrived at my doorstep 2 days after that reorder actually came in? My original order from 2 months ago or 3 months ago at that point. It was beat up. It looked like it had been through a war zone, but it was there.
Wow. Okay.
They had written it off as lost, but it showed up.
Yeah.
So I had 2 orders. Okay.
And did they want you to send back one of the orders?
No, because they had written it off as lost. They had no idea. And I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I'm not going to send it back.
Yeah.
They told me it. I mean, as far as we're concerned, it's gone. If it's gone, it's gone. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, good to see you. So yeah.
So did they get acknowledgement though that your original parcel did actually arrive? Like, was the tracking on that updated and classed off and signed off as delivered, or we're not sure?
I never saw anything on my side about it.
Okay. Yeah.
So they never contacted me back. I said, "Oh, can you ship that other one back?" So
yeah,
it was a small order. It's just 2x2 tiles in a couple colors.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they just wrote it off as okay. Well, if it shows up, we'll take a loss of like $50 or something, whatever it was.
Yeah, it's not like it was a $300 or $400 or $600 parts order or something like that. It was.
Yeah.
It's still a parts order. Like I'm not begrudging that. It's just it wasn't like what they may consider like a substantial consumer part order or something.
Right.
But look, I'm in no way faulting customers.
Barrett, these were an order of 2x2 tiles, basically. And I'm gonna do it again here. I'm gonna flex. They were basically things like this: 2x2 tiles.
Nice.
A few different colors.
No, and like I said, look, I'm in no way complaining about the customer service from Lego themselves. They were fantastic. The lady I spoke to yesterday was really helpful. While there was no offer of VIP points, nor did I ask, and nor was I expecting, she was still extremely helpful. She was still 100% like apologize. She said, so I can totally understand the situation. And she said, you're right. She said, neither of us have updated tracking. And it's been quite some time. And I said, well, considering where it says it was picked up from and where my address is, considering how close I live to said distribution centre for that particular courier, I'm curious to see. I said, look, maybe it's sitting up in, say, Darwin somewhere in the Northern Territory, right at the top end of Australia. And she starts laughing. She goes, because, she was overseas, but she was like, oh, she said, well, I've seen a map of Australia. She said, it would be funny if they were sitting up there, wouldn't it? And I said, well, funny for somebody. Then she starts cracking up again. But no, she's 100% very helpful. And, she said, look, she gave me a few options as well, and you know, I said, well, I said it's maybe we just let's see if we can just do that sort of, you know, resend the order out and just hope for the best and hope that this time around, because I've got a feeling they'll probably end up using the same courier again anyway, but maybe, just maybe, it might actually arrive this time. And if it does, see, because I got it was one of those two for situations where I had a sets order and a parts order, but it was all on the same transaction. But they broke up the parts and sets to go, okay, well, the sets were easier to obtain and quicker to obtain, so that was fine. They did that. And I said to her, I said, look, I just want you to be clear on this, though, that I said, I have sets. I said, I'm not trying to do anything wrong or shouldn't be doing. I said, I have the sets, but do not have the parts. So I said, please just make a note. I said, I'm being honest and upfront. I do have the sets, but I do not have the parts. She said, no, that's okay. She said, I've seen how they've broken up the you know, particular sets order against the parts order. And she said, you actually have a different tracking number for the parts. And I said, yes. She said, no. She said, that's totally fine. She said, we appreciate your honesty there. She said, that's all good. Glad that you got your sets. But she said, obviously, be more happy if you got your parts. And I said, look, that's fine. Let's see what we can do. And so, no, look, 100%, anybody who hasn't dealt with Lego customer service, don't ever be afraid. They're extremely helpful. Obviously, you know, don't be abusive to them or anything like that. The nicer you are, the more helpful they're going to be.
There's no reason to be abusive to Lego customer support, because we can complain about things that Lego does, their prices and other things that they do.
Sure.
They train their customer support people.
Oh yeah,
really well.
Absolutely.
If you ever have an issue, ever, call them. I got the Daily Bugle 2 years ago when it came out, right? In summer of 21. I went to build it that day that I got it, because, you know, I was streaming, so I didn't care about it at that point. I wanted to build it. I opened the box, I'm dumping parts out, and some of the 6x10 plates they had in a separate bag or something. It was separate from just the 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. 2 of my 6x10 plates were bent and cracked because of how the box had settled or something.
Yeah.
So I took a picture. I got on with customer support. I'm like, so hey, this is a thing. They're like, oh, okay, done. New parts coming to you, and because it's a issue with a set, we're going to expedite the delivery. You'll have it within about 3 or 4 days. And by like day 4, I had new parts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, they're very, that's what I say, like, they're very, and that's why I don't want anyone to think that I, you know, am not happy with their service. I am. I'm not faulting them. You know, there's only so much that they can be in control of, and when you're shipping stuff worldwide and you're dealing with multiple courier services and all that. When you're dealing with multiple, you know, multiple shipping services and couriers and the like, you know, it's extremely difficult, and there's only so much that they can do. So 100% happy with their service. And yeah, for anyone that hasn't dealt with them before, don't ever be afraid to. They are absolutely brilliant. And look, it helps if you can make them laugh, and that too. It puts them at ease a bit as well, and just makes the whole thing a little bit more, you know, easier for everybody. And you know, you may find that they might be generous and decide to say, "Listen, we understand that you haven't got your order, but can we offer you something in return to apologise or whatever?" You know, there's no need to angle for that, but you know, like I said, I still had her laughing. I still had her joking around, and I wasn't being abusive. I was being extremely helpful with the information that she was asking, questions, and she could both, you know, we could both see that obviously something's gone wrong with that particular order, and I was happy just to organise whatever we could, whether it was going to be a refund or that, because she said, I can put you through to our finance team and see if we can organise a refund for you. And I said, well, I haven't had to do that before. And I said, I don't know exactly how lengthy that process is going to be. And I said, I still would like the parts, hence why I ordered them in the first place. So can we just try a resend? And she said, oh, look, absolutely, not a problem. So yeah, no, very, very positive experience with them.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go back to some chats. Excuse me. Bear Bunny, oh, tan, castle in your future. Maybe because my tan flexing a few minutes ago. Actually, the reason that I grabbed as many of these as I cut off the pad wall, I do have another one of these, basically filled the same way, by the way, is I actually like using these for my sidewalks in my city and for tiling inside buildings, too.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm using them for. I had to answer a legitimate question, Greg. It wasn't just to flex at you. Some people actually want to ask questions and have me answer things for them, and I have to oblige as a pro streamer. The secondary benefit. Yeah, that's a fun time. It's probably the most action I actually get while I'm sitting here. Excuse me. First creator expert PlayStation I received had smashed box, took a picture, emailed customer service. They immediately got back to me, asked if I want to return. I said no. They still give me $50 VIP points for a second one. Nice. Very good. That's what I'm talking about. They're good folks. They are good folks. And yes, lol, you missed Nodex Check hitting 100 and one earlier. So we've had literally both ends in the stream today. Don't know how it's happening now, like 5,000 times in like the last week or two, all of a sudden, but it is. Those flat 2x2s make a nice noisy rifle through them. Oh, you think so? Here, let me provide a little bit more of that for you. Hang on. We'll do a little bit of ASMR action here. Now that's nice. There you go. Tiki Wiki. I like it high and crisp and individual.
The hipping to the hip hop. You don't stop the rocket to the bang booking. Say up jump the booking to the rhythm of the booking the beat.
Glad you appreciate it. Yeah, here it has again. Oh, what is that?
Nope. Sorry, hold on. Phone at the moment.
Look me like one of your French girls.
This is literally how I imagine it would go with Alex now, is that music playing with him laying on the couch. As screwed up as that is, I think myself because I did that. Too good.
Look me like one of your French girls.
Oh, all right. So I am happy to say that somebody else has started to make an appearance here. Not not her. She's gone away for a moment, thank goodness. All right, folks, thank you for hanging out today on this completely unannounced random pop-up. The main reason I chose to do this was in the expectation that my buddy Dave, Mapping the Miles, who I'm going to shout out right here just in case you haven't followed him, that he would come on and we're going to raid over to him. He's on now, so I'm going to take us over to Dave. So please stick around, show some support for me and for Dave, and join me in going over to him to hang out. And he's going to work on some mills plates and stuff for his city. Let me set that up here. So again, thank you so much to all of you guys. Oh, let me make sure I copy his name correctly here. 1 second.
Awesome. Thanks again, Matt, too. I appreciate it, mate.
Oh, glad to have you here. Thanks for keeping me company for a little bit, Taz. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it as well. Nice to hang out.
Make sure I get this correct here. There we go. Okay, there it goes. It's setting up now. All right. Again, thank you everybody for hanging out on this unplanned stream. I do appreciate your company. You're hanging out, having fun with all the toys, the commands, and supporting me as you always do. It does mean a lot. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you to Taz for hanging out on here for a little bit as well. Keep me company. Again, let's show some love to Dave. Have some fun over in his stream. Let's get him to affiliate as quick as we can. And have a great one, guys. I will be back Saturday morning, hopefully with a crew, and have some fun. Until then, I will see you later. Again, show some love, Dave.
Thanks, Matt.
We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
And take. There we go. All right, and my